Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, let's talk about our weather forecast as we make our way into the upcoming weekend. The good news is, for now at least, high pressure is taking over. Finally, right? All week we've been talking about a series of low pressures that have been really impacting our friends across far southern Utah. The snowpack down towards our southern Utah mountains, man, it's looking really nice, especially compared to what we were dealing with last year at this time. Meanwhile, you head further north, not so nice looking snowpack here as we are way below where we should be for this time of the year. But we'll see if things change. I think there are some signs finally pointing to a more pinpoint time frame for that to happen, but it will at least be after the holiday. So that's really good news as well. It's not going to impact any holiday travel locally. All right, here's the weather map. You can see we've got one storm system beginning to move off towards the east here and make its way into the Midwest. That's the one that's been really impacting us throughout the past couple of days. Here comes another one right behind it, but that one is diving down across southern California and starting to curve around into Arizona. So that's well to our south, which is why we're pretty much drying out here for the rest of today. So to look at Futurecast, again, I can't rule out there's some lingering moisture with this fog and mist and drizzle out there. So don't be surprised if you see a spotty raindrop or a sprinkle on the windshield. But we're not expecting much in the way of any significant precipitation for today. High pressure should give us a little bit more in the way of sunshine as we get into this afternoon, and that'll set us up for some chilly nights here as we get these storm systems away. It helps to clear the skies out, and that allows the heat to escape up in the atmosphere. So that's why we're expecting some colder nights in the nights ahead. But notice going into your Saturday morning, we start off quiet. That low pressure will be rotating to our south on Saturday, but it could throw back a couple of clouds for areas along and south of I-70 in particular. But again, it's not going to be seeing any rainfall for our Saturday, at least during the day. I say during the day because by Saturday night, we're going to start to get that moisture pivoting down to our south, but some of that will try to pivot back into southeastern Utah. So I think Saturday night into Sunday, there is a decent chance of seeing some scattered showers rotating, but it's really going to be confined to southeastern Utah. So some Grand and San Juan counties back off towards the west, over towards Escalante and Hanksville. That's your chance. If you're farther north and west of that, yeah, pretty much not looking at least the way this thing is tracking right now, seeing any chance of precipitation over the weekend. And this thing will get out of here by Sunday night. And then there's the second front. The second front is going to be the first of a couple of fronts that are going to come through next week. It'll come through mainly dry, and it will cool the temperatures down a little bit. I say cool them down because there is the potential of some colder air in the future. But this first system brings us that chance of showers in southeast Utah over the weekend. Behind it, we get that northwesterly flow with that first front. And so that brings in cooler temperatures at or slightly below average. And we stay that way through pretty much the rest of the holiday week. But here come signs of winter, real winter-like conditions out there, and that could drop into the area as we get towards next weekend. So while you're heading off to Grandma's house on Wednesday, the weather looks to be fine, not expecting much in the impacts. But by the time you're coming home over the weekend, check back for updates. We'll have to fine-tune this forecast as that looks to be our next significant change, and it could be a very winter-like change. So we'll see how that plays out. No need for really any more specifics than that. Just know that that could be a more noticeable change across the area. Seasonable conditions between now and then, though, as we look at those temperatures, right now they're seasonable in the 40s. They'll probably climb into the 50s throughout the day. We'll call it upper 50s in St. George, with temperatures getting into the low 60s by Sunday. And again, Saturday night into Sunday, that chance of showers primarily for far southeastern Utah. Otherwise, the holiday week starts off on a quiet and seasonable note. Same story for the Wasatch Front. Temperatures in the low 50s through the weekend. And then as we get into next week, we dip it down into the 40s. And then we'll keep an eye on, I think, Thanksgiving Day, maybe a sprinkle or a flurry in the higher elevations. Better chances for more active weather for the following weekend. Alyssa?